everyone, Peggy here. Today I want to talk to you about animal sanctuary that I am starting, or maybe restarting, I guess you should say. I did start it originally when I lived in Oregon, and that was in 2013 that I started it. It's a nonprofit organization, 501c3. That means that any donations made to it are tax deductible when you go to do your taxes. So that's a nice benefit. So the name of it is Muncie's Mission. Okay, so after my divorce in 2012, I kind of felt like I could start something that I had always been wanting to do, which is an animal sanctuary. I felt like I needed to do something in my life that would significantly help animals. That has always been a passion, kind of a motivation for me. When I grew up in Alaska, as I said before, I was very sheltered and I didn't know very much about the outside world, especially before the internet. So when I went away to college, I learned a lot about how animals are treated in many instances around the world, whether it be in research labs, entertainment, just, as pets. There's just so many ways that animals need help. What particular area I should focus on, because it's so vast, the need for help for so many animals. And so I had decided on the research lab animals, because for one thing, there are so many animals being used in research around the world. Millions of animals every year are used and euthanized in research. As far as around the world, it's hundreds of millions of animals every year. Now, a large part of that is mice, rats. That's probably the biggest percentage, really. There's also so many rabbits that are used, but virtually every domestic species, it seems like, is used to some degree. Cats and dogs are used quite a bit. Monkeys, a lot of primates are being used. Thankfully, chimpanzees have stopped being used because of recent laws, so that's good, even though there are some still sitting in labs that just haven't had the clearance to go to a sanctuary, unfortunately. So, farm animals, horses, fish, birds, pretty much, anything, any sort of animals being used. And I think it's just a crime. A lot of animals are used in testing cosmetics, which I don't think is right at all. Of course, they're tested in drug trials, which doesn't really make sense, because so often the results aren't transferable to people. So it's just a waste of money and animals' lives. I feel like that was such a large number of animals, and some of them are, experience horrific things. And I feel like that's where my energy should go. So 2013 is when I started Muncie's Mission. Originally, I was still raising my kids, and I had my dog kennel business, so I didn't have a lot of time, but I still felt like I needed to do something. Before it was even done finished, I had been reaching out to the Beagle Freedom Project in California. That is Shannon Keith is the founder of that. She's an animal rights attorney in California, and I had been kind of communicating with her a little bit as I was starting this. She said, well, when is your little shelter or whatever going to be finished? Because we are getting a lot of animals from a research lab in California, like within a month or so, and can you take some of them? Well, I had to like speed up the building, kind of remodeled the inside of the shed for like an indoor part of a shelter. It was going to be rabbits that were coming to me. A bunch of X-pens set up, and then I had an outdoor shelter built so that they could be outside during the day. It was large enclosures for each one, and then it was totally surrounded by predator-proof fencing and roof. Shannon and her people brought up 16 New Zealand rabbits for me. I just wanted them to be safe and happy. So yeah, they're all females. They were all white except one black one, and that one was named Jill. And they were just gorgeous. She brought them all up, and I had them in their individual, well, I had 2 in each pen because that's how they came, and they can fight violently if they are put together and they don't like each other. So there was a local organic farm that would give me all of their leftover produce every week, and it was like bags, several big bags every week. So they ate amazingly well. And then rabbit food, of course, and they would go outside during the day. They would come inside at night, so they were in at night. I had a heater for them in the winter, and I had AC in the window for summertime, so they were always comfortable. There was a lot of labor because they were not friendly to people. They were scared, obviously, and so it took some doing to kind of get them back and forth every day. So they had a good life. I did not try to rehome them because, for one thing, they were very scared of people. They weren't going to make, good pets for people, and I wanted them to have at least as good a life, if not better, with someone else as they did with me, and that would have been hard to find because they had, outside they had lots of room to run and dig because it was just dirt floor, and they would dig tunnels, and I'd be like, well, where the heck did they go? And they're like underground, like 6-8 feet underground. Sometimes they wouldn't want to come back up when it was time to go inside. So, but they would like play with things, and they'd do the jump in the air, like the happy bunny hop. Okay, so I do want to call attention to this. Muncie'sMission.com is my new website I put up a few weeks ago. So I encourage people to go to that. It has some information, ways you can help. Start getting animals. I'll have pictures of them and what's going on with them. Also, I will start having some of my artwork on there for sale. Please go and check it out sometime. Also, I'm just starting a Facebook page, Muncie's Mission. Okay, so I just wanted to show you a little bit of the property where I would probably be putting another fence once I start getting some animals. Another fenced area and a shelter I'm not sure what kind of animals I might get. So there is Orion. There is Dakota. Papita. And Zoya's walking away. Anyway, so I'm going to be starting a crowdfunding page probably in about a month or so. That would be maybe the end of August. So I encourage everyone to check that out and help if at all possible. And reach out to me if you have questions or comments. Keep watching my channel if you so desire, and subscribe and make comments and all that sort of stuff. And I would love to hear from all the animal loving people out there. So the kind of order of which I have been doing things to get this animal sanctuary started up again. I initially did my new website and then started this YouTube channel. Maybe Instagram at some point when I have animals here and all that. And I'm also starting to write letters to different research facilities, especially in colleges, and even in high schools they use some animals. So to begin with, I'm just looking for if I can get a few animals out of, this school or that college or whatever. It is really hard to get animals out still at this point. Basically, there has to be a student who is wanting to save the animals, or a supervisor that is sympathetic to their animals, something like that. But it's a real challenge to get any out. I'll just start doing what I know to do and see how it goes from there.